Hey and welcome to Trader Dudes. In this video I want to cover a setup that's occurring on the dollar Swiss franc right now. It's actually a little bit more of an advanced setup compared to the usual stuff we cover. But if you take a look at this chart, this is the weekly chart, and I think to start with we'll drill down to the daily chart first of all, okay? And let's just scale that up a bit. So if you look here, we can see we have an extremely clear trend line drawn on the lows. Now, what's so significant about this trend line is the sheer number of touches that price has made so far. It's not a case of if this will break. It's simply a case of when. This is going to break, you know, one way or the other, and you know, more likely sooner rather than later. Could be within, you know, the next few hours, more than likely 24 hours, but you know, almost certainly, you know, by the end of the week, and definitely by the end of the month. And even if it doesn't, you know, it should come down after that. But you know, we're not in the game of predicting. We just follow what happens. So there are two ways you can play this. For the more aggressive amongst you, you can just look for a simple breakout. So price just as price comes down here, you can set a sell stop, and as soon as price breaks that, bang, you're in. Your stop loss, you know, above maybe a recent high up here, or you know, say the market makes a new high here and comes down, you know, you can put your stop loss above the most recent swing high. And you know, we'll get to the target in a minute, but that's the certainly the conservative way. The aggressive way to play that. The more conservative way, and the way that, you know, I'm more inclined to take, is, you know, we get a breakout, we get a retrace, and then we get some sort of price action, or we either get like a bearish pin, or we get perhaps a bearish outside bar that closes below, you know, and we then enter low. We then enter the break of that with our stop loss perhaps above the high, most likely. Now, so those are the two main ways to play it. You know, we just have to see what the market gives us, and you know, you have to see how you would trade it yourself, depending on how aggressive or conservative you are as a trader. Now, let's talk about targets. If we take a look at this on the weekly chart, okay, and we can see that, you know, just by looking at this chart, you know, I can tell that it's highly likely that there's gonna be some divergence on this. So we fire up the MACD, and you know, sure enough, you look at this, we have, draw a line here, we have some divergence there. So, you know, although I'm getting a little bit advanced here in the targeting in terms of taking profits, you know, perhaps not the very initial take profit, but you know, at least a decent target to go for would be this low here, okay? It's a bit complicated to get into just now why that would be the initial target, but you know, certainly you're taking a short from here. You know, a fairly reasonable target would be this here, okay? So you'd be looking at that kind of move. Now, you know, it all depends on how you manage your trade. You know, if we zoom out a bit, we could find some support resistance here also. We could say, right, okay, there's, you know, that target is at support and resistance. Well, I'll draw these two lines on just now, and then we'll get the easier drawing tool. We've got some, you know, an SR level here and an SR level here. So, you know, you can see support, resistance, resistance, support, resistance, support, and support there. So, you know, so we're highly likely to get some reaction here should price break down. And you know, should price go further down, you know, because we've had some support here, resistance, 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 support, sort of support there a bit high up, you know, we're highly likely to have some sort of reaction here should price make it down. But certainly this this trend line is going to break at some point, and we'll just get, it's on a daily. This is the weekly we're seeing now. Like I said, we can drill down to the daily, and it's not going to happen right away, but it's probably going to happen quite soon. And so we'll get rid of this indicator. You just got to be ready for it. See how it plays out. But yeah, so that's it for today, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. Thanks.